JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, gunshot victim points out injured 17-year-old shooter, teen detained at hospital. A 17-year-old student was placed under police guard following the shooting of a 39-year-old man at Dover District in Onoto Bay, St. Mary, Monday night. The teen was pointed out by his victim. Reports are that around 10 p.m., a construction worker was at home when he heard a strange sound outside and went to investigate. It is reported that the construction worker was approached by a gunman who shot him in the neck. The injured man then held onto the gun and a struggle ensued, and another round was discharged. The injured construction worker ran off and collapsed on the roadway and was assisted to the hospital, where he was treated and admitted in serious condition. The police were summoned to the scene of the incident, and while searching the crime scene, they found the 17-year-old about 15 meters away, suffering from what appeared to be a gunshot wound to his chest. He was rushed to the same hospital for treatment. While there, he was pointed out by the construction worker as the shooter. He was placed on a police guard, treated and admitted. Police believe the teen might have been shot during the struggle with the injured man. Scent and cashier charge over stabbing of teen boy. An 18-year-old scent and cashier has been charged for the stabbing of a 16-year-old boy during a dispute on Tuesday night. The police say the two are in a relationship. Samoya Reed of Liberty Valley in Brownstown is charged with wounding with intent. Her court date is being finalized. Reports from the Sentence Bay police are that about 10:30 p.m., Reed went to visit the teen boy when an argument developed between them. It is alleged that she used the ratchet knife to stab him in the neck. He was assisted to hospital, where he was admitted. Hours later, Reed turned herself into the police, where she was charged. 2 men fatally shot near examination depot in Spanish Town. The bloodletting continues in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, with 2 men being gunned down and a woman injured along Job's Lane this morning. The deceased are 66-year-old Trevor Robinson, otherwise called Big Buck, an examination depot hustler, and 48-year-old Delroy Grant, otherwise called Ninehead, a construction worker of Irish Pen, Spanish Town. The woman is in stable condition in hospital. It's reported that about 7:50, the 3 people were standing along Job Lane across from the Spanish Town examination depot when a white motor car drove up. Men alighted and opened fire, hitting the victims multiple times. They were taken to hospital by the police, who were quick on the scene. Robinson and Grant were pronounced dead on arrival. The woman was admitted. It is believed that Grant was the intended target. The scene was processed by cops attached to the St. Catherine North Police Division. The incident is being probed by the police's Major Crime Investigations Division. The fatal shooting brings to 5 the number of murders in the police division in the last 48 hours. Widow slain cop remanded until September 27. Murder accused Casey Blair was further remanded following her appearance in the Home Circuit Court this morning. She is to return to court on September 27. Blair is charged with the murder of her husband, Constable Damian Blair. The body of the 41-year-old cop was found with bullet wounds outside his house in Somerset, Manchester on May 29. The accused woman, who spent 13 days in hospital after the murder, was at the time of the incident found locked inside the house with what appeared to be self-inflicted wounds to her wrist. She is charged with possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and murder. Body of police recruit recovered by divers. The body of police recruit Rayandre Pike was on Tuesday recovered after he was presumed to have drowned at Tranquility Bay in St. Elizabeth a day earlier. Pike's body was said to have been found by divers. It is understood that Pike was attempting to assist a fellow recruit when he also encountered difficulties while swimming at the beach. Despite being described as a strong swimmer, he was said to have been overcome by a current. The 19-year-old was part of a batch of 150 who started their training journey with the Jamaica Constabulary Force in March 2023. Bar operators in St. Elizabeth irate over increase in robberies. Bar operators in southern St. Elizabeth are complaining that they are under siege from robbers and the police have failed to protect them. One business operator said that the latest string of incidents occurred between Sunday and Monday, where 2 bars were hit, presumably by the same robbers. The robber victim went on to lament the inaction of the police. The report was made and the robber left evidence behind. They robbed me bar at about 9:02 p.m. on Sunday, and then robbed a bar on a Flaggerman at 9:30 the following day. Me go to Junction Police Station and make a report. And I'll know the police then don't come do any forensic or nothing. And the man them strike again. One of the robbers them even leaving house key behind and the police them not take no action. One bar operator who spoke on the condition of anonymity said, the robbers have been hitting bar establishments along the south coast of St. Elizabeth in areas such as Southfield, Flaggermon, Bull Savannah, Alligator Pond, Lane, Downs, New Forest, Sea Air, Malvern and Bellevue. Most robberies don't even get reported because them lose confidence in the police. People afraid to come out because of what is going on. The recent robberies carried out by the same set of man them because of the way them do it, the bar operator added. Them take out them guns and point the gun and say, we not come to kill nobody, we just hungry. And then put all the customer them pan them belly in the dirt. Then them use a crowbar and tear off the bill accept a part of the box and left with the money. And the same thing happened at the next bar them, he disclosed. The incensed bar operator suggested that the police are either afraid to take on the robbers or they are working with the criminals. What may I pay me tax dollars for if the police can't preserve and protect? He asked. Official statistics from the Jamaica Constabulary Force shows that there's been an 8.6% uptick in the number of robberies in St. Elizabeth when compared to the corresponding period last year. There have been 38 robberies committed in the parish compared to 35 last year. Break-ins have also jumped by 43% with 79 break-ins compared to 55 last year. Accused murder of American missionaries points finger at cousin. A retired deputy superintendent of police this morning testified that accused murderer Andre Thomas told him that it was his cousin who had killed the 2 American missionaries in St. Mary in 2016, claiming, "Me have to make some dopey this year." Thomas, who was charged with the murders of 48-year-old Randy Ensel and 53-year-old Harold Nichols, is currently being tried in the Home Circuit Court. Thomas was jointly charged with Dwight Henry, a St. Mary farmer. However, Henry pleaded guilty to 2 counts of murder in January under a plea deal and was sentenced to 28 years to life. The 2 missionaries were found dead in Wentworth District in St. Mary between April 30 and May 1, 2016. They were reportedly last seen when they left Tower Isle, St. Mary, on motorcycles about 8 a.m. on April 30, 2016. Henry, the prosecution's main witness, earlier testified at the trial that both he and Thomas had shot and killed one of the missionaries. He also added that Thomas had shot the man whom he shot in his head multiple times. According to Henry, it was Thomas who had stopped the men at gunpoint while they rode past them. But the police witness told the court this morning that following the murder, Thomas led cops to the scene of the crime, and before showing the police the spot where Ensel's body was found, he said, "Me go tell you how it go." The officer said Thomas, despite being cautioned, proceeded to give his version of the murder, which was recorded and witnessed by a corporal. Recounting what he was told, the senior cop said Thomas told him that it was Henry who had tied up one of the men before chasing the other, shooting and chopping him. Henry, during his testimony, had admitted that he was the one who had tied up Ensel and shot him in the head after Thomas chased the other and killed him. The officer further testified that Thomas had shown the police a church in Port Maria where he met Henry on the morning of the murder before they traveled to Henry's father's house in Wentworth, where he claimed they had porridge prior to the murder. The statement in question was tendered into evidence despite objection from Thomas's lawyer, Leroy Equiano, on the basis that the statement was not voluntary and was taken under oppressive means. The police witness, however, told the court that Thomas was not beaten, forced, or threatened to give the statement. Meanwhile, the witness, in reading the contents of the statement, said Thomas told him that while he was waiting on Henry, Henry told him to check on the bikes when he went up into the bushes, where he saw one of the men tied up, lying on the ground. He said the other man then ran off, and Henry fired at him but missed before chasing and shooting him. Thomas further reported that Henry took the men's wallets and their cell phones. He also reported that Henry told him that the white man slave way and him a chicken out, but Thomas claimed he told Henry that me not depend on one here, you know, and Henry said, "Well, me have to make a dopey this year." Thomas in the statement also said that one of the missionaries told Henry that he was a pastor, but he said him done business. Mother and son shot to death less than a year after murder of eldest son. Less than a year ago, Georgia Coleman's eldest son was murdered by gunmen, but on Monday, she was also cut down by thugs at her business place at the entrance to Clayton Heights in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. Coleman's youngest son, 21-year-old Jerome Walters, was also gunned down. The killing of Coleman, 50, and her son has shocked members of the St. John's Wood community that has been enjoying relative peace for some time. I don't know why them killed them. As far as me know, Georgia just do her business and go home. But they cross the road and him start for further shot them and me take cover, said a resident. According to reports, both Coleman and Walters were at the shop when two men drove up on a motorbike and opened fire, hitting them. Walters received gunshot wounds to his upper body, while his mother, who also sustained gunshot wounds to her upper body, ran and collapsed at the side of an unfinished building. Both were pronounced dead at the Spanish Town Hospital. There's plenty of speculation as to why the mother and son were targeted, including whether the murders are connected to the death of Coleman's son last year. The police, however, have not yet established a motive for the double murder. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.